So I thought it would be a good idea to make a video about EDC in the backcountry, in the Bitterroot Wilderness here, Idaho-Montana border. Living as a neo-nomad, people are always like, where do you live? Well, tonight, here, on this mountain with Rhodesian Ridgeback Alexander Hamilton. So I thought it would be a good idea to talk about EDC Line 1 gear when I'm out in the wilderness. A lot of the stuff stays the same as when I'm in the city or in a town, but some of it changes. So I'm gonna start out with what you probably wouldn't expect: personal protective equipment. Shoes. Shoes are super important. I like trail runners for pretty much all the hiking and day to day, even at the gym, whatever it is. I like trail runners. They're a good all around shoe. Those are important. I took them off to dry because I got rather wet earlier. It thunderstormed, but there are some gaiters there that I took off to dry, and my socks are hanging there to dry. And then long sleeve, long pants. That's important. A good shirt. So take that off. The only real thing inside that pocket is treats for Alexander Hamilton. And then let's say we'll start at the center line belt here and we'll go around. This is InReach GPS. Okay, that's super important. You probably know what a GPS does. That'll also let me send text if I don't have signal. Spare magazine. And you might say, wait, why is that orange? That's not tactical. It's not tactical, but it's practical. This is not generally my spare magazine that I carry day to day, but when I'm out in the backcountry, if it falls out and I want to be able to go back and find it, it's pretty handy to have a bright color on there. Spare magazine, magazine pouch, obviously I'm not going to take that off. My normal EDC flashlight, that pretty much stays the same. My EDC fixed blade knife, I carry this even in the city. This is kind of my favorite go-to EDC fixed blade. It's a Firecraft 3.5 with some other stuff on there. I've made a separate video on that. And then this is kind of unique. This is kind of what I call kind of my Recon Scout belt. This has quite a few things in there, but things like water purification tablets, a Sawyer Mini, an emergency shelter, and I mean emergency if I absolutely need it, and some other things in there. But a little small pouch that can go on my belt. Also, moving around, this is a Leatherman Signal. This has not been my EDC for a while, but it has been recently. I bought it to do some T&E. I did some modifications to it. I actually was kind of skeptical about this, but I've run it for a little bit and I used it quite a lot out here. So I'll probably do a separate review on that. But the Leatherman Signal with some extra stuff on there. It clips on belt loop. I kind of like carrying it that way. Mini Sharpie. So you got to have your tactical Sharpie. Let's see what else. Is there anything else? Yes, a spare Mylar blanket, even though I have one in there, redundancy. And then going around, wallet. That's just got your basic wallet stuff in there. Nothing too crazy. This is a SWAT T tourniquet. That's generally also my everyday, day-to-day, with a local map, a small map of the area, Idaho-Montana border. And then a little bit of extra cordage in that pocket. Usually I don't keep anything in my gun pocket. Let me make sure. Nope. And then my normal EDC, one of my normal EDC handguns. That's an M17 with a Trijicon on it. That's pretty much it, I think, for Wilderness EDC. And you might think, well, I've got my bag there. Why do I have all that stuff on me? There's a lot of reasons. Let's say I'm trying to cross a creek or a river. There's a pretty legit creek right down there. If I trip and fall and I have to jettison that pack, or if I'm going up some crazy steep terrain, I might splice in some of the gnarly terrain we were going on earlier, and it comes between me falling and dropping the pack, I'm dropping the pack. And if the pack's gone for whatever reason, then I still have my EDC. So even though I have a pack, I think it's still wise and prudent to have a good EDC. And I carry a little bit more in the backcountry than I normally do. There's a lot of reasons for that. If I just drop my pack, if I'm just going hiking around here, I could get lost, right? And I don't have my pack if I leave it at camp or whatever the case may be. So there's a lot of good reasons for that. Anyway, short video. I thought you guys would like it on backcountry kind of wilderness line 1 gear EDC. Thanks. Have a blessed day.